Welcome to Landscape and Lore, where every path leads to a story. And tonight's story is taking us all the way to the Texas Panhandle and a place called the Palo Duro Canyon. Now, I've camped in that canyon and I have hiked all kinds of trails throughout that canyon. It really is a sight to behold. It encompasses over 29,000 acres, is a beautiful state park, and visitors can't help but be impressed by the colorful rock formations, the lush trees and grasses in the canyon floor, and the deep sloping walls. But some visitors and campers have encountered a dark energy, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So grab your favorite beverage, curl up in a cozy chair, and turn those lights down low for some creepy atmosphere. Because tonight, I'm going to tell you about the ghost horses of Palo Duro Canyon. Hey everyone, welcome back, and thanks for joining me. I am so excited about tonight's story because I've camped in the Palo Duro Canyon on a couple of occasions. I have hiked so many trails and I love camping there. I usually go in the late fall. To me, that's the best time to go. I don't have to worry about the rattlesnakes along the trails as much. Now, the canyon is 29,000 acres of a state park. And the park offers many amenities besides just camping. They have an outdoor seasonal play that's really interesting and fun for a lot of the people. The location marks the turning point of the Red River Indian Wars, and the final skirmish took place there. And while it resulted in very few human casualties, it shamefully resulted in the massacre of over 1,400 horses. Now, in September 1874, several Native American tribes had gathered there to prepare for the upcoming winter months. This is where they hunted the bison and they stockpiled supplies to feed their people, and often captured some of the wild ponies that ran through the canyon. Now, the Comanche were gathered there along with the Kiowa, Arapaho, Cheyenne, but the Comanche were considered the best equestrians. They honored their horses, bonded with them, and they felt that those horses were an extension of their own spirit. And when they were astride their ponies, they were fearless warriors. But this was during a time when the American government was gathering up what they called renegade Indians who had not surrendered and agreed to go to the reservation. So Colonel Ranald McKenzie was assigned the task of capturing these Indians that had gathered in the Palo Duro Canyon and transporting them to a reservation. He was using Tonkawa scouts who were skilled in their tracking abilities. And they did locate this group of Native Americans in the bottom of the canyon. The problem was Colonel McKenzie and his troops were on the bluffs overlooking the canyon, and it was impossible for them to get down to the bottom without being seen. So after a few days, the Tonkawa scouts had located a very narrow, rocky path. And so, under the guise of nightfall, Mackenzie and his troops navigated the cracks and crevices of the rocks and managed to work their way down to the canyon floor. A Comanche night watch saw them and fired a warning shot. Now, what ensued next could only be described as chaos. The Indians were not prepared for battle. They were rushing around in a total frenzy. Now, some of the natives were able to escape up the canyon walls, saving their lives, but they forfeited their supplies. Mackenzie and his men confiscated all of their food as well as 2,000 horses. And the natives, without having the food and the supplies to withstand the harsh winter months coming up, reluctantly surrendered. But Mackenzie was nervous about the Comanche. He feared them, and he was afraid that if they escaped, and caught these horses, they would elude his troops again and he would never catch them. And he wasn't about to return empty handed. So, after giving some of the horses to the Tonkawa scouts in payment for their services, Mackenzie ordered his men to shoot and kill the rest of those horses. Now, some eyewitnesses have reported that the men gathered up the horses in corrals and literally made a game of the slaughter, laughing through the process. As the canyon floor flowed red with the blood from those dying horses, some say a dark curse fell across the land. The animal carcasses were left where they lay. After the meat was consumed by predators and vultures, some bleached bones littered the canyon for years. But some say the spirits of those horses live on. Today, many visitors to the Palo Duro Canyon who camp in the remote, unimproved area where this took place have reported hearing the thundering hooves of stampeding horses late at night. One witness says that she was terrified that she was about to be trampled, and when she finally found the courage to open up her tent flap, there was nothing there. Others have testified to seeing the ghostly herd running through the shadows of the night, but all believe that these ghost horses is a reminder of the fragility of life and the consequences of our actions. And there you have it. If you enjoyed tonight's story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next adventure.